Hello, hello. Welcome to Verbling. Hi there. I am Teacher Oakley. Howdy. Uh, for this class, we are going to be practicing a certain style of question, namely preference questions. These kinds of questions are, you're going to find them on the TOEFL exam. Question number 1 is always a preference question. In the IELTS exam, they'll ask you about things you like or dislike, or they'll ask you types of questions. So very much CAE, same thing. Actually, TOEIC, actually every standardized English exam I can think of has preference questions included in the format. So, excellent class for anybody studying up for an English exam, and as well, just really good practice for absolutely anyone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take turns talking to each of you. I'll be asking you sort of kind of random preference questions, and I would like you to speak at length with as much detail, providing examples if at all possible, and then I will give you a little bit of a critique about your grammar, sentence structure, vocabulary, or any other small problems, pronunciation, whatever I may hear. That's what we're doing. So let me quickly say howdy to everyone and make sure your microphones are all working properly. Salvatore. Hello, sir. How are you? Salvatore? Uh-oh. This is why I check the microphones. I can see your green. I can see that you're speaking, but I can't hear you. Let me make sure my headset's working.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. Got it.
Okay.
All right, you're good.
Okay. How
Thanks.
are you, teacher?
I'm good. Thank you very much. Welcome to the
Nice to
class.
see you.
Nice to
Thank
see you as always. Okay, we'll talk to you in a little bit. Hello, Luo.
Hello, Oakley. Good afternoon. How about my voice? Because this is the new headset I just bought.
Really? Sounds
Yes.
great.
Oh,
Yeah, it's very, very clear.
nice to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I give it a thumbs up, Luo. Excellent. Thanks. Thanks for joining us. You can talk about your preference in headphones later. All right. Abdul, I'm sorry, I can't read your whole name. Abdul, hello, welcome.
Hi, how are you? Are you hearing
Hi.
me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. What is your name? How should I?
Yeah, I think the shortest is to pronounce it like Abdul.
Abdul.
Abdul. Yes.
Well, that I know. I'm familiar with that name. I can
Okay.
you know that. Okay, where are you from, Abdul?
I'm born in Sudan, but I live in Belgium.
Oh, okay, wonderful, cool. Well, maybe later I'll ask you which place you prefer to live.
That will be a tough question, but okay.
Well, I don't promise any easy questions. No one said anything about easy. I don't believe I
Okay,
mentioned
that sounds
easy, Abdul.
good.
All right, we'll talk to you in a little bit. Let me just check some more microphones. Cornell, welcome to the class. Hello.
Hi, Oakley. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Great. Welcome to the class. Nice to have you here again. Hello, Khaled.
Yes.
How are you?
Hello, Oakley. Good morning.
Hey. Good morning. How are you today,
Fine.
sir?
Fine, thank you.
Terrific. And also Igor has joined us. Hello, Igor.
Hello, teacher. It's nice to meet you again. How are you?
I know. I'm sure it's nice to meet me every time. I'm fine. Obviously feeling a little silly, but I'm fine. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to start with my good friend Salvatore here, because he was first in the class. Let's start nice and slow, nice and simple. Uh, Salvatore, I'm going to throw you an easy question. What is your favorite ice cream brand and flavor?
Oh, I'm sorry, Oakley. What is flavor?
Taste. Okay.
Ah,
So,
okay. Okay.
yes.
My favorite ice cream is ice cream with cafe. Sorry, with coffee.
Okay. Coffee flavor.
Coffee flavor, yes.
Okay. And do you have a favorite brand of ice cream?
No, teacher. I like to take flavor ice cream in a shop. I don't know how to say in English. The shop where you can buy the ice cream. In Italy, we call it gelateria. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Right. I know that. Yeah. Okay. In English, here I'll write it in the Verbling chat box. Commonly, colloquially known as an ice cream parlor. Actually, this is a little interesting. Commonly called an ice cream parlor. Why parlor? I'm not sure, really. But of course, also we can just simply say ice cream shop. That will work.
Okay, I like ice cream
Oh yeah.
parlor. I like
Right.
to take ice cream in artisanal ice cream parlor.
Okay.
You know.
Great.
Okay.
Igor, thank you for pointing that out. I forgot. There's another sort of shop which we call a parlor, and that's a tattoo parlor commonly. Okay. Good point. All right. So wait. So you prefer coffee ice cream? You like to just go to a local gelato or ice cream parlor? How do you eat ice cream there in Italy? Do you buy the cone? You know,
Yes,
wafer cone or something?
I prefer to buy the cone.
Okay, cone. Okay,
Cone.
prefer to get a cone. Okay, let's see. Great. All right. Well, that's very simple. If you don't prefer something, if you have no preference, then of course I would like you to speak that as Salvatore did.
I can say that I prefer I prefer granita than ice cream, teacher. Do you know granita? What is it?
I think so. Well, why don't you explain it since we're practicing English for those who don't know?
I try, teacher. I don't know. Granita means a kind of ice cream where you can find a lot of ice with the flavor taste. For example, if you can take coffee granita, where you can find a lot ice cream with coffee.
Okay. So remember when we're doing, for you and everyone else, when we're doing comparisons and talking about preferences and you're comparing things, don't forget to use more. So I prefer granita more than ice cream, and in granita you'll find more coffee flavor or whatever. Okay, like that.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
Right.
No. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure if that's the same. We also have frozen ice, which is totally stupid now that I think about it in English. Of course, ice is frozen, so why do we call it frozen ice? I don't know. Yeah, okay. Or flavored ice sometimes. Okay, let me continue. Let me talk to Luo for a second. Luo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not going to ask you about your favorite headset.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want to answer this question.
Okay, all right, great. Okay, if you need to confront someone, all right, you have a disagreement with someone, all right, be it business or about something you purchased, perhaps. Would you rather communicate in person, on the phone, by email, or by a formal written letter?
Yes, I would like to communicate in person, I mean face to face, but I'd like to, meet there probably in a restaurant so we could have meal while we talking our business or something we should facing and even have some drink. I think wine and beers could help both of us relax to talk about those kind of things. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Are you buying? If we have an agreement, are you going to buy me dinner?
Sorry, I didn't get it.
If we have a disagreement and we need to discuss it, will you buy
Yes.
me dinner?
Oh, I think it depends on what kind of disagreement. For example, if we have a disagreement about the next production, we have some different point how to design it or something like that. I will buy you this dinner. But if
Ah,
I have anger about your misbehavior or you took something bad of me bad of me. No, I don't want buy any meal for you. And I want yes, but I want to talk with you. Don't do it again and keep our relationship.
okay.
The better way is yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Okay, I'll be careful.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you. A couple excellent elements of English. He would prefer to talk face to face with someone. Okay, we can use the collocation talking business if we're talking business. All right,
Mhm.
Luo prefers to talk business over a meal. We can say over a meal,
Over a meal, okay.
or over something to eat, or over a drink. You mentioned as well. You talk over a drink. Okay,
Oh
means you're
yes,
talking
yes.
while you're having your drink.
Oh yes, or tea, or tea.
Tea.
Not just
Talk over tea.
well, your alcohol. Tea also okay. Yes, with tea.
Right. You probably wouldn't
Mhm.
sit and drink whiskey at 9 in the morning and talk business.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. If somebody talks bad about you, you can say, well, if it depends if you're talking bad about me or if you say something bad about me. Okay. Because say it's transitive. It needs to have an object noun. Say something. You shouldn't say talk something bad about me. No, because
Mhm.
when we use talk, it doesn't. You talk to someone. Talk to me, please. Okay, I don't say talk me, please. Why? Because it's intransitive. It doesn't need to have a subject now. In fact, it can't or shouldn't. So you got to be a little careful. Talk. Okay, talk about something. Talk to someone, and say something. Okay. Um, all right. Okay, let me move on to Abdul. Abdul, I gave you your question and a lot of time to think about it. So you have emigrated from
Yes.
Sudan to Belgium,
Yes.
correct? How long have you been in Belgium?
Like 14 years, almost 14 years.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
wow. Okay, so all right, so you know the place well, I can
Yes,
assume.
indeed. Yeah.
Sure. So, which do you prefer? Let's imagine that you could economic concerns aside. Let's set aside. Let's not think
Mhm.
about economics. So, imagine you can make the same amount of money or have the same job. Where would you prefer to live? In Sudan or in Belgium?
Then I will what I will choose. I will make my choice dependent on the people I already knows and all the friends I already made over here. So my choice will be Belgium.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have family back in Sudan?
No, my mother's and my sister is always here, so I have like
Oh,
far family from me. So that's make it.
that makes it a lot easier, doesn't it?
Yeah, indeed.
Okay. Yeah.
When
Sure.
I came to Belgium, I was a child, so I don't remember a lot of things that happens in Sudan. So I don't have like an emotional connection with the place anymore.
Very good. Mm-hmm. Okay. Emotional connection, or you could say emotional attachment.
Yeah.
Right. That connection is right. It's not wrong. Okay. Very interesting. What's your favorite thing about Belgium?
Belgium chocolate and fries.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So you're already addicted to the food, so it's hopeless. You're never leaving.
Yeah, indeed. I have to eat at least just one piece of chocolate every day. Just that's like the daily routines that we have here.
Ah, really? Okay. That's a habit I can get behind. And I can support that one.
Yeah, indeed.
Very nice.
But it's also very addicting, so you need to find the right balance between enjoyment and addiction.
Right. That's right. Absolutely. Okay, well, that was terrific. Good job, actually. Very good. Let me talk to Lazy Bones. Hi, Araceli. How are you?
Hello.
I just want to welcome you to class. Check your microphone and all that. All right. I'm glad to see you got yourself out of bed. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did what I could to come to your class.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. I don't really mind when anybody joins the class. I'm perfectly okay with that. Araceli, just give me a minute. I'm going to come around to you in just a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
We're practicing preference questions, just kind of random questions, which hopefully will force people to use comparative structures or superlative adjectives, the best, the most, the greatest, and also use comparative structures. Maybe, hopefully, I can hear a little contrast from someone today, some kind of on the other hand or however statements. Let's see what we get. Let me talk to Cornell next. Cornell?
Yeah.
Okay, Cornell, are you a city guy or a country guy? Do you prefer city life or the quiet of country life?
Sorry, could you please repeat the question? Silly.
City, not silly.
City?
Yes, do you prefer the city or the
Yeah.
country?
Absolutely country, because I lived in the country more than 30 years, and I had to move to the suburb of the city in Hungary. So I like country, countryside and the village and the culture, because cities is too crowded for me.
Wait a minute. The city's too cold?
No, crowd.
Crowded. Crowded.
Yeah, crowded. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to use the adjective.
Yeah, but there are many disadvantages and advantages in the city.
Right.
For example, going to the cinema or McDonald's or something like that in the city, but focusing on village, there are too many people there, and yeah.
Okay, very good. All right, thank you. Cornell brought up advantages and disadvantages. Yes, please do go there to help yourself practice doing a little contrast. Okay, absolutely, I like that. And I absolutely like absolutely. If you feel strongly about your favorite or your preference as we continue the exercise, please, it is natural in English to express that vehemently through your use of an adverb like absolutely, and through a more exaggerated intonation as well. So this is another aspect about speaking about preferences and our favorites. All right, if we feel strongly about it, then you need to use expressive intonation to make that clear. Cornell, good example. How he started out. I like that. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot, Cornell. That was great. I'd like to talk to Khaled now. Khaled.
Okay.
Okay, when you're busy doing work, study, or doing some important paperwork, do you prefer a quiet background, or do you prefer some maybe light music or noise from the TV? Do you background noise? Do you prefer silence or background noise when you're concentrating on work?
I'm extremely. I prefer to be in quiet environment rather than in the I mean the noise environment or because I should to be more focusing in my work. So that's why always when I preparing something like a presentation or study work or something like this, even in my home, I used to be in my office special room. Far away from my children, and I asked my wife to maybe sometimes to maybe visit my mother in the yes, to be more quiet, and yes. And also in the office I'm not the guy that prefer the music or the TV when I work. But in other hand, I can do. I mean, my work even in any place. I mean, but I prefer to be in quiet place.
Okay, quiet place, quiet environment. Okay,
quiet environment, yeah.
Okay, all right. You have made a couple small mistakes that I'd like to share with the class and help you out with. Okay, as I said, all right, I'd love to hear those adverbs to hear that your strong opinion. Okay, but I did not, my fault, I did not really go far enough. There are certain collocations, all right, that we're going to use with prefer. So you tried to use extremely, I extremely prefer. It's not wrong. It's not grammatically wrong. It's perfectly correct, and it is the right idea I was trying to express to you. But it's not a very strong collocation. Those words aren't normally put together. Okay, words that we do use, I usually prefer, or I strongly prefer, to show a strong preference. These are possibly typically. I typically prefer, if it's not always, but more like sometimes. I typically prefer this, but sometimes I like another. Okay. See, what Cornell did earlier was a little bit different. He said, absolutely, I prefer, and so on. A little different. I absolutely prefer. Yeah, I think that is a fairly strong collocation in any case, but okay, not wrong, but it's just something you learn from experience, really. The adverbs that go with certain verbs, usually.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, another thing. Well, one small thing. Pronunciation. Asked. Okay. Correct pronunciation. Overwhelmingly prefer. That's a good one, Igor. Thank you. Asked. Okay. Pronunciation-wise, it really sounds. If I want to do real pronunciation, all right. It's going to sound, you're going to hear the S, the K, and the T. He asked me a question. But since I really don't care about that, I want to speak normally, the way most Americans and Canadians at least speak. It's very common to reduce, okay, instead of the SKT, you've got 3 consonants in a row, SKT. It's very normal to drop that middle consonant. So in other words, it would be very normal for me to say asked. He asked me a question. And when you say it fast, you can't even hear the difference. Well, she asked if I was going to stay at my mom's house tonight. See, you can't even really hear it. It's very quick, and it helps keep rhythm. It's a common reduction. And the whole thing is a common reduction technique. Get rid of that middle consonant because it gets hard to pronounce, even for native speakers. And one last thing. Khaled, you said should to be. I should to be focused and so on. You were expressing that
I think I should be, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless it's a phrasal modal like need to or have to, and then you obviously you need the word to when you say have to or need to, obviously, or ought to. Okay, those are phrasal modal verbs. They're a phrase. They're 2 words with one meaning. But when you use other modals like should, could, might, must, first there's 2 things. You're never going to have to, except for ought to. Cornell, yes, that's an exception. You're never going to put to in a verb because you will have an infinitive. You can follow a modal with an infinitive, but it's a bare infinitive. You never follow a modal with to. So should be, I might go. You can't say I might to go. I could run 15 miles. I can't say I could to run 15 miles. I can't do it. Also, since I'm on the topic, also don't be tempted to follow one of these modals with a gerund. I could running 15 miles. Not going to work. It'll never work. I should walking every day. No, not going to work.
Run. I should run. I could run.
Could run, right. I could walk. I might walk. I may walk. You could never say I may running all day. I should be walking is certainly okay because you're actually following should with the infinitive to be, but it's a bare infinitive. A bare infinitive, that means you throw away the to, the to. And then you're following it with a gerund, and that's perfectly, I should be walking. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's perfectly okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much for. Okay. Often when we talk about preference, we might want to use modals. It's very normal. So it allows me to actually express that little lesson. So thank you very much. Okay, Igor. You were up. Now, I have an interesting question for you, sir.
Let's go in.
Okay. All right. If someone has a problem with you, do you prefer that they shoot straight, that they're direct with you, or would you prefer that they are a little more careful and they temper their words? and they are more diplomatic. Do you prefer people to be very direct or a little bit circumspect and diplomatic with you?
Is this question a hint or something like that? If it is, well, I would strongly prefer if anybody would be just, just as they are. I'd like them to be natural and be direct.
Okay.
I don't like people just going around corners and saying nothing. I like forwardness.
That's correct. Forwardness. That's correct. So you don't, if I may use an idiom, you don't like it when people beat around the bush, as we say. In English idiom. When they beat around the bush, they don't come right to the point. They're not direct with you, right? I must say, though, you like it when people are forward with you, which is correct, and I understand that that's fine. But I just want to also mention we have an expression "too forward," which he's too forward. Some people are forward when they really should just keep their mouth shut. It's really not their business, for example. It's not their concern to be speaking whatever is on their mind, okay? And then we might express that by saying they're too forward, all right? Okay, Cornell brings up a good point. It probably depends on the situation and the nature of the relationship. Okay, well, that's probably true.
I don't think that's true. For
you
me,
don't think that's true?
If you have a problem with me, just shoot away. In that case, I would just know what to think of you, how to treat you.
Okay.
And I don't like people being, like you said, beating around the bush. It's not. It's like, come out of the shadows, speak your mind.
Right. Speak your mind. It's a good phrase to use. Okay. All right. And I guess it could be argued it's more efficient. Waste less time, that's for sure. Okay. All right. Fair enough. And is it the same, Igor, for you in business or in social situations? Same? You have the same attitude?
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Araceli, let me talk to you for a moment. Okay. Okay. Araceli, how far in advance do you prefer to plan? How far in advance do you plan things like vacations, savings? I don't know. Having children, pets, I don't know. Whatever, life. Do you feel compared to others, compared to people around you in your life, do you prefer to plan well in advance or at the last minute?
I definitely prefer to plan things carefully, and according to what people say, people who are around me say I do it too much. I mean, for example, I remember my father complaining about me because he said you are all the time thinking, and I was like, when I do something, I think about the pros and cons and what I'm going to do if something fails, and I plan too carefully, and people get bored of me because they say I kind of get obsessed with planning things, and sometimes in life you can't consider every possibility, every chance you're going to have. So it's better not to waste so much time planning, and it's better to get by with things how they come. But I think that's a future I have. It's not easy to avoid it. And yes, I think it's a problem that comes from that's a theory of mine from my from my education, because I'm a mathematician, and they teach you to think very rigidly, and very, so it's like kind of I classify problems and think of all the flow of things. So maybe it's something that I learned. I don't know.
Are you saying your mathematics background has made you formulaic when you're planning, or when you're doing any kind of more abstract thought process? You tend to make it more like a math formula.
It should be, maybe, but it's a part nature and a part nurture. So I don't know, because I was like that when I was a child, because my father, I remember him complaining about that all the time. So when I was 9 or 10, yes, he said,
really?
I thought too much about things, so it's not just that I went to college and I studied maths.
Okay. That's very rare when a parent tells a child, you plan too much.
Yes, I was a weird child.
I don't know if I've ever heard that in my life, to tell you the truth. Usually,
not exactly that I was planning too much, but I was thinking about things too much.
Right, I get it. Oh, overanalyzing things.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, I just have to share this nifty phrase with you. Have you ever heard of analysis paralysis?
I think, but I'm not sure of the meaning.
Well, this is the disease, okay, in quotes, when people can't make a decision because they're stuck analyzing it. You find this in companies quite often. They need to make a decision about whatever, process or production or design, whatever. They need to make a decision, but they just continue to analyze and analyze and analyze and collect more data and analyze that data, and they just don't get around to making a decision until their competitor in the market has already released their product or whatever.
Yes,
so
this happens a lot in companies, because sometimes they have this kind of plans, or you have like that, these protocols of analyzing everything and writing a lot of documents, and then you're not doing your job really. You're just writing things.
Sorry, teacher, but yeah, but I think maybe those type of people they stuck in analyzing things. I mean, until they waste their time. Something like that.
Well,
yeah.
Okay.
Too much analyze.
Yeah. Okay. In English, we might say someone is spinning. If you're spinning your wheels, you're going very fast, but you're actually making no progress at all. So someone who's spinning their wheels is very busy thinking, but they're actually not getting anywhere. Luo, not exactly zone out. Zone out in English is more like... Sorry, what did you say? Sorry, I was zoning out there for a minute. Zoning out, you're lost in thought and you're not really reacting. We commonly say this, somebody's talking to us or we're supposed to be paying attention, but we zone out. We're thinking about what we need to pick up on the way home from work, or we're considering options for putting our child into kindergarten, who knows, whatever. There's something on our mind and we're just not focused at all on what we should be. So a little bit different there.
I would like to add something, maybe, I don't know.
Sure.
We use in the telecommunication field, out of coverage. You know, when your mobile out of coverage area, so it seems like zone out. Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's funny. That's cute.
Similar.
That's very funny. All right, out of coverage. Right, out of coverage area. I get it. That totally makes sense as an idiom. Oh, that's a good one actually. I like that. Sure. So, okay, Arthella, you can use that for your students. You can say, little Juan seems to be out of coverage today. I like that. That's good. Okay, Araceli, couple small English points. You said bored. Your friends or whoever would be bored of me. We usually would say bored with me. Okay, angry with me, bored with me. All right, frustrated with me, like that. And a phrase that you could have used. I forget what you said really, but you could take things as they come is a common phrase, meaning all right, just deal happen. Meaning maybe you're laid back, you take things as they come. All right, you don't stress about things. Laid back has something to do with that. Okay. I don't know why, but Araceli, Cornell apparently wants to know if you usually wake up in the morning early or late. And I guess that's a preference question, so we can let him know. Which do you prefer?
I usually wake up early because I have to. But if I could, I would speak till noon, maybe. I don't know, because since I was a teenager, I have not been able to speak all the morning during weekends even. But because my children wake up early, so I don't have that chance. But maybe sometimes you are just so tired and don't want to go to work or anything.
I hear you. It's a joke, but it's okay. It's funny, Cornell. Thank you. Anyway.
Because
yeah.
It was a joke. It was a joke because Araceli joined the class later.
All right. Okay, I see. Well, let's take that question. Actually, let me go back to Salvatore. Salvatore, how about yourself? What is your favorite time of the day? What do you not favorite? I don't mean favorite time of the day. I mean the time of the day when you feel the most productive. You're the most high energy. You get work done. For you, what time of day is the most productive?
I think that the time when I am most productive is in the afternoon, because in the morning I'm a little asleep, and when afternoon coming, I can work better, and yes, I can make the things in a good ways, and but sometimes also in the morning when I go to sleep early, I can work better.
Okay. All right. That was very good. And by the way, I really liked how you set up your answer with a very clear introductory sentence, topic sentence. It was quite clear. That was a very good job, by the way.
Thank you. I try, teacher.
It was extremely clear and concise. Excellent. Excellent job. Okay. I myself, I am so not a morning person, Araceli. I don't want Araceli to feel bad. I am also like you. Forget it. No way. I was a chef for many years, so I prepared dinners. So my work day started at like 2 in the afternoon and went to 10 or 11 at night. So for me, the most productive time of my day is like 7, 8 at night. When a chef would be the most busy, actually.
Can I add something?
Please, yes.
I like to study English in the morning, very early.
Really? Why is that?
Yes. I don't know, teacher. Maybe because study English in the morning, make a day. Sorry, make a day in a good start.
Okay. Makes the day start well.
Okay. Make the day start well.
Okay, that would be better. Yeah, all right. Very good. Okay. Well, that's great. I hope I can brighten up your day. Super. Okay. Luo. Terrific. Okay, Luo, what is your favorite place to take an out-of-town guest? If you have a friend coming from out of town who's never been to your city where you live, where would you take them?
Sorry, could you? Oh, okay, I got it. Because the connection, bad connection. I will take them to the Tibet Plateau, because Tibet Plateau is an amazing place, and which has fresh air and the countless wild animals and white clouds. And the people live there are very naturally. It's just 200 kilometers away from my city, so it's very convenient to reach there. So I highly recommend to go there, because you will feel the total different environment than in cities. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Explain to me a little bit more. Is this like a wildlife refuge? Is this a protected area, or just? I'm not.
Wildlife, you mean? Wild animals?
Yes, wild animals. Yes. Is it some kind of protected nature area?
No, actually, if you go deep into the Tibet Plateau, there will be national park, but it's not being protected, and wild animal are everywhere. So, like the highland cattle. I don't know the exactly name, but with densely hairs, and some others. So interesting, and yeah, yes.
Ah, okay. A yak? Is it a yak? Maybe.
Yak, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me check.
I get it now. Okay, Tibet Plateau.
Yes, actually, absolutely, yak. Yes, it's yak.
It is yak. Okay, Tibet Plateau. Okay, you're talking about a vast area, not a specific area. Okay, I get it. All right. I was a little unclear if you're talking about a specific area. Or, okay, you're talking about a
there is a very huge national park, but it's different from the national parks in the U.S. There's no gate, no entry. And just area. Yeah.
Right. Actually, many national parks, you'd be surprised. Many national and state forests and national parks in the United States, you wouldn't know that they are. Actually, you would never know. There's no gate or anything. You just accidentally wander in, or it might be in your backyard. Could be a state forest or a national park.
Well, so they are same thing.
Yeah. Same idea. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Cornell, I have a kind of goofy question for you. Actually, I'm sorry. Okay, Abdul, I'll get to you in a minute. You were next, but all right, Abdul, you're next. Cornell, what was your favorite recess activity? Okay, what does that mean? What game or what did you like to do as a child? What was your favorite game or thing to do?
It's very simple question for me because I was an amateur football player and I really liked the football, playing football. But unfortunately, both ligaments, my both ligaments were operated, and I had to give up the football when I was 30. I started playing football when I was 10 years old. So my favorite sports and activities were playing football.
Ah,
It is very simple question for me, and
okay.
I am also a huge football fan at the moment.
Okay. Well, then I have two. I have one clarification question and one follow-up question. Clarification: what you tore some ligaments?
Yeah,
So
both ligaments in the in my legs.
in your legs, in both
Yeah,
legs?
legs. Yeah, legs. Yeah.
Yikes. Okay. Well, that stinks. And also, I have to ask, what is your, or rather, who is your team? Who is your favorite team right now, if you enjoy watching?
My favorite team is Hungary national team, and I have a I have also a favorite team in England. England, it's Newcastle United.
Newcastle. Ah, okay.
Newcastle United. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm a,
And I also like Latin style, like Italian and Spanish football.
okay. Yeah. So you're a big fan.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. All right. That's cool. Well, all right. That was an easier question than I thought it would be. Okay. Well, that's cool. Great. One more follow-up question. Did you ever play in any kind of professional way?
No.
No, didn't
I
have a chance to do that.
I played in Hungary, fourth Hungarian league, so it was totally amateur football.
Okay. All right. Okay, fair enough. Well, that's cool. Well, thank you. Okay, Abdul, your turn. Okay, Abdul. Abdul, well, I have to tell you that I myself, I completely enjoy having a good debate with a friend over coffee or a beer or a glass of wine or something. I love to argue. I will argue with you all day and all night. I love it. It's a sport for me. How about you? Do you like to have a good debate? And I don't mean an argument where you actually get angry, but I mean a debate where maybe you're passionate, but you're not truly angry. Do you like to have a good debate with a friend, or do you prefer to keep quiet and keep the peace?
It depends of the subject. So sometimes, if I'm very interested in the subject, I think it will be a very nice conversation, because I like to understand how other people think about the subject where I'm interested in. And sometimes, if you will talk about politics, for example, that's something I'm not that very interested in, so it will be a very short conversation.
Okay. I am not interested in. Okay. All right. Politics is not interesting. The situation or the idea or somebody else can be not interested. He is not interesting. Yeah. But I am not interested. Okay. All right. I'm not interested in politics. Also, another. Okay, Araceli. Bye. See you later. See you soon. Another little something to talk to you about. You said is as a subject what I am not interested in. This is a very common problem, using the relative pronoun what. Obviously, if it's a person, you use who. He is the man who bought my car. Well, that's obvious. People always get that right. It was the time when I broke my leg. Okay. the time, we use when. That's fairly obvious. But things, very often people try to use a relative pronoun they try to use what to introduce a relative pronoun when actually they should use which. You can also use that and be perfectly correct.
Okay.
All right. So it's a subject which I am not interested in. That was the car which I decided not to buy. All right.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, of course.
So, may I just say a subject I'm interested in, just keeping away this relative pronoun?
Uh-huh. Say it again. I'm sorry.
Can I just omit this pronoun, this relative pronoun, like say it's the subject I'm interested in?
Yes, you can, and this is very common practice in English, dropping the relative pronoun to introduce the relative clause. Similar to what I was saying about asked, Igor, you and I have had conversations about this. Dropping English, we drop syllables, we drop pronunciation, we drop even entire words. Sometimes we drop subject nouns. Yes, so this is actually quite common and acceptable to do. My only caveat to that idea, I think it is normal in writing. Writing, of course, is generally more formal than speaking in English. So if I was writing that, Igor, I would actually include which, frankly, just to be sure. If I was speaking, I would probably do exactly as you did and omit it. Okay. Khaled, I've only got a minute or so, but let me ask you a quick question. Do you consider yourself a traveler or a homebody?
Absolutely, traveler. I like to be outside the country, in business, in vacation. I'm just came back from Turkey last week. In another hand, sometimes you can say I'm a home person. I like to be in my home for maybe studying. I mean, preparing for certification, preparing for some paperwork, something like this. Yeah. But
Okay.
I totally like travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand what you mean, because I love to travel. I love going new places, but there are times when I just want to hide away in my house and not see anyone all weekend. Sometimes I feel quite antisocial. One small thing, Khaled, you shouldn't say paperwork or homeworks. Homework and paperwork are uncountable nouns. So I have a lot of paperwork. I have too much homework to do. That's okay, but you can't say many homework or many paperwork or many paperworks. Okay. Thank you very much. Old students, old friends, and new friends. So I got to meet one or two new folks and see a lot of my older students. Thanks a lot. That was a very fun class for me, anyway. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Akli.
Thank you. Bye-bye.